Hi, I'm Patrick Giguere, and welcome to this video. So in this one I want to go into the Huul breath. The Huul breath is it has to do with the earth element, so it's a grounding breath. It's a cleansing breath, it's a cleansing visualization, and it basically it's great for practicing after you've been doing some Qigong, some energy work. If you've downloaded and started practicing my Thor's Hammer Qigong or the Celestial Qigong, it's a great practice at the end that just gets any excess energy grounded and gets that energy to basically coalesce in the lower center, which is the earth part of your body. So yeah, some different purposes for it. Overall, it's very cleansing. It basically helps you to just clean off any energy that's in your body, that's in your mind, that's in your aura, it's excessive, it's toxic, it's dirty, it just doesn't need to be there. It just basically drains it into the earth, and then you get kind of a return signal from the earth, so you get some healthy earth energy that comes up into your energy body, into your physical body. So, and I've done one video on this previously, but just kind of want to do a revision and a new take on it. As I practice this stuff more, I notice different things, so I just kind of like to keep these up to date. So, basic physical posture here. You've got to bend in your knees. You never want to lock your knees. When you lock your knees, you cut your energy flow to your midsection. And it shortens your low back muscles, shortens your hamstrings, and makes you prone to low back pain. So always a bend in your leg, kind of like a crescent moon. Weight goes into the heels on this one. And then what you're doing is you're turning your palms towards the ground. So, and you basically want to feel like your hands are resting on something solid. Like the ground or the countertop, or like almost like a big kind of marshmallow. So, and the other thing too is you want your lumbar spine flat. So you don't want your butt to be out here. You just kind of want it to be kind of hanging and curling under a little bit. So you're not pulling your pelvis forward. You're just letting it tuck in a very relaxed way. So you got all that going on. You're going to breathe naturally. Now on the exhale, and for the entirety of the exhale, you're going to use the sound. So in Taoism, they have the whole 5-element scheme. It's basically a cosmology. And every element, so we're talking water, wood, fire, earth, and metal, they all have an associated sound. So for the earth element, it's Hu. You can spell this H-O-O, H-U, it works either way. We're going to use a very similar sound. So the sound we're going to use is Huul. So it's like H-U-U-U-L, H-O-O-O-L, whatever you like to think of it. But that's the earth sound, that's the grounding sound. So you inhale, on the exhale, for the whole duration you make this whoo kind of a sound, but you want to do it silently. Now, when you make one of these sounds audibly, it's great for cleansing because it dissipates into the environment. When you do it silently, the energy of the sound frequency stays in your body tissues, and it stays in your energy body. So that's the way I like to do it. So you inhale, and you make the sound silently, the whoo. So it's whoo. Right at the end, you hit the L to make the whoo. And then you resume the inhale, start all over again. Now there's a visualization for this that aids this whole cleansing process. So on that inhale, you're imagining snow falling. Snow's going to fall on the crown of your head, It's going to fill your whole body. Then when you start the exhale, you start making that sound. That snow is going to melt. It's going to trickle out of your paws and out of your palms, trickle out of your palms and out of the soles of your feet. And you imagine it, that water falling and dripping into a well that's deep beneath the earth. So the water drips into there. Then when you hit the L, that water boils and the steam rises up through your body, through your hands, your feet, your perineum, and it basically infuses into your body, and it goes back into the heavens where the snow came from. So it's a complete kind of a circuit. So it goes down, comes up, it goes down, comes up. So basically this whole visualization with the snow, with the water falling into the well, this basically tunes into archetypes. So there are archetypes from ancient mythology. I use some of the European ones, the Germanic ones. I like those the most. There's kind of the most information about them. And you usually think of Qigong as something it's a Chinese practice, and it is. But in my opinion, there was an older prehistoric culture that was global, and everybody knew this stuff, but the Chinese took it upon themselves to safeguard things like Qigong and acupuncture and a lot of different types of energy medicine. The Chinese, the Indians, India, they never had a Catholic, a Christian Inquisition. They never had Christianity or Islam, so they never had Judaism. So their shamanistic practices were not anywhere near as heavily assaulted and kind of erased. So I think this stuff goes back to a prehistoric culture that was, if not completely global, at least it was Eurasian, pan-Eurasian, from like Ireland to Japan, basically. So anyway, what you're tuning into is the snow is a goddess called Huul. She was like an earth mother, and she would send the snow to cleanse the earth. So snow falls, melts in the water, and the water carries things downhill and downstream. It cleanses the earth every year, basically. That's why we have winter. And then when the snow melts and the water falls into this well, the well is what has been called the well of Erd, the well of Weird. And this is basically, it was seen as like the kind of a portal into a dimension for, very primordial energies and forces and beings, like the three Norns who wove the fate of, all beings in the universe. So when you're cleansing yourself and all this kind of this refuse is dripping into the well, you're cleansing things you don't need, unneeded emotions, thoughts, and energy, and you're letting it go into the well. And the well is really, it's like a door to the unconscious. So the unconscious is every memory, every thought, every feeling, every sensation you've ever had. It's so much information, it's overwhelming. So you can't use all of it at once. So you want to take what you don't need and send it there for basically safekeeping. The unconscious too, it's every thought, emotion, feeling, memory you've had in every lifetime. So you have an individual one and we have a collective one. So you want to take the information you don't need, get it out of your energy body, get it out of your physical body, send it to the unconscious. And this is what we do when we heal from trauma. We get over traumas. You want to get things out of your conscious awareness, get them into the unconscious, and you want to basically program your unconscious to where it stops sending you that memory, so you stop reliving it. constantly. And this practice helps with that. So when you do this, you're tuning into these mythological archetypes, and all mythology explains natural forces in the universe. It puts it in terms that we can wrap our heads around, basically. So again, the exercise: inhale, snow falls in, collects in the body. You exhale, snow melts in the water, drips into the well. While it's melting, you use this Huul, Huul sound, but silently. And as you hit the L, you shift from the water dripping to the water boiling and the steam coming up. So just another profile. So again, weights in the heels, legs are bent, spine is straight. Armpits are always open, and pretty much every exercise you'll ever see me teach you, with a couple exceptions. Palms are facing the ground, and you should feel like your palms are sitting on something solid. That's going to connect you to the earth. And you can even create the feeling like you have roots going from your palms and the soles of your feet into the ground. And you can imagine these roots going through the earth down into this well. Because another thing with the well of Erd, the well of Weird, it was the tree of life, forgetting the word now, Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil, the tree of life, the world tree, that the 9 worlds in that mythology was the tree that these 9 worlds were located on, had its roots in this well. So you're connecting with these very primal energies. So it's pretty basic, but it takes a long time to refine your focus. And, well, not a long time, but it takes practice to refine your focus and refine the vividness of your visualizations. So that's it for now. I mentioned that I teach this exercise with some other practices. I have 2 videos on my site, on the cosmicalchemist.com site. I have Thor's Hammer Qigong, I have Celestial Qigong. This is an exercise that I teach with both of those sets, both of those practices, because it helps you to ground the energy that you've taken in. So that's that. Check out my site, and if you have any questions, just leave those in the comments, or you can use my contact form on the site. So thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you later.